Yes, I'm a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. Yes, I'm in love. And I don't give a damn if you don't ever care. But why don't you leave me alone? I'm gonna rise and burn and I'm gonna make it strong. I'm gonna go from channel to channel. I don't give a damn if you think it's a scandal. I love life, yeah, make my world. All I wish with is last candy, girl. I'm in love, last candy, girl. All I wish with is last candy, girl. I'm in love. All I wish with is trouble. Yes, I'm back in school. Yes, I'm a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. I don't care how stupid I look. I have a form and a more than kindly shut. I'm gonna travel across the again. They goddamn try, baby, I almost lost it to a game changer. But she turned again. She want a big ass black ass sailor. This with last candy girl. I'm in love with the last candy girl. I'm talking with last candy girl. I'm in love with all I'm with. I have trouble. Yes, I'm back in the store. Yes, I'm a refrigerator. Don't care about you haters. Check out you looking stupid. Got a nigga looking crazy. I already knew you were shady. Streaming content is lazy. When a bitch jump on a panel, it get too hot to handle. Superman come to the rescue. A nigga knows that it is true. Sipping hard, oh my god, you need to fall animal right. Motherfucking fantastic fraud. Motherfucking fantastic fraud. Motherfucking fantastic fraud. Motherfucking fantastic fraud. All I wish with is last candy girl. I'm in love with last candy girl. All I wish with is last candy girl. I'm in love with all I wish with trouble. That was enough. They proved themselves to be anything. Yeah. Let's celebrate, yeah. All the dark-skinned ladies, all my dark-skinned queens. Oh, yeah. Give me something like love, wisdom. Give me something like that, baby. Give me something like Atlanta Angel. More like Kendrick Day. Give me something like Faith, baby. Give me something like Healings. Give me something like Crystal. Let's learn about Crystal. Give me something like Body Bunny. More like country roads, give me something like Sister George. More like Dusty B, give me something like Tasha K. Layla Lee, oh yeah, give me something like King Gunna Girls. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Give me something like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. More like Rashida, baby. Rashida, baby. Yeah. My daughter's King Queen. Yeah. Oh, welcome, 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 welcome. This is D Darrell with the Rebirth, also simulcasted with D Darrell Life Solutions. Appreciate the warm welcome from each and every one of you that have come into the Conscious Clientele for today. We're going to have a hot ass show today. Today, I'm going to say last night, rather today, I think, as I watched this video that actually posted exactly 3 hours ago by my boy, my little nephew, Shakim Ra. Hold on, guys. Come on in. Thank you. I'm back. My little nephew, Shakim Ra. I'm like, wow. It seems like it gets better and better and better and better each and every week. I've kind of went in the background, but the more I get in the background, the more content keeps coming and coming and coming. Now, let me give you all sort of a little preamble to why I decided to do this particular show today. Listen, guys, we all know, we have all had our reservations about Gerald Palmer. Okay? I'm not going to say what those reservations are. Let's just say we had those reservations. We all had those reservations. See this man sitting here in this picture here? We all have had our reservations. Okay? We all have. And listen, Gerald Palmer keeps doing things to himself. And then he says when he tries to hurt you, you're doing it to yourself. Just like trying to take my advertising off of Open Path, just like doxing, putting my name in your videos, which is actually against YouTube community guidelines. Just like the fact that you contacted my board trying to take my license away, one that you don't possess, one that you're jealous because your wife actually has the same certifications and licenses as I do, and you don't possess that. Therefore, you have to relegate yourself to working as a mid-level instructor who is allegedly harassing his students, who's allegedly not returning emails, who's allegedly not communicating, who is allegedly a very bad instructor. And so what it has led me to believe, and shout out to LB, shout out to my sis, little cousin, Catherine Brown. Shout out to Ms. Mello H. Appreciate you for coming in. Shout out to my boy, Poetic Flocka. Yeah, I'm here, man. We're going to do an open panel on this. So just get ready. What's up, Stephen Gattano? What's going on, man? What's going on? What's going on with y'all? Look, I have so much that I want to say. I can't even get it all out right now. I am shocked, but I'm not surprised. What's up, Tiff? I'm doing an open panel. I want y'all to come up. I want to get you all's position on this. I want you all to tell me what you think. Guys, this is going to be a hot show. Again, support the Janice House. Cash App right here. Support D. Darrell, the Janice House. Appreciate everybody for allowing me to get over 100 subs on D. Darrell Life Solutions. It's growing. Steady growing. Okay? Appreciate you all for being here. To that track I just played, you can check it out on ddarrellbandzoogle.com. If you want to buy it, it's 99 cents. I also got a host of other music. I'm actually getting ready to get my music and set up and my channel with D. Darrell Life Solutions. I got some things that I'm doing right now where I'm going to improve the quality of the music sound and also graphics. That's coming up. Coming up shortly. My boy Poetic Flock will say, surviving Gerald Palmer. Now, I'm going to say this, man. And there is something greatly wrong in our community. And it's putting our women at risk. That we have men who are perpetrating a certain lifestyle. And they have a propensity to go off and then live and engage in another lifestyle. You see, Gerald doesn't tell you that he works with younger black men who have HIV or AIDS. And he don't tell you how they contracted it, nor does he talk in detail with how they are basically spreading it. And the problem, Gerald, is that you see nothing wrong with a certain lifestyle that puts people at a higher risk to have certain health issues. And it is sad. It is also embarrassing as a clergyman, allegedly, who reads and interprets the Bible the way you do, allegedly. And then when people ask you, why are you supporting and going all out 150% for a certain group of people? You actually, for a person that claims he's not of a certain ilk, you actually are more valuable and you participate immensely more with a certain group of people than people in the black community. That's facts. Now I want you all to listen to this video of how embarrassing it is as me as a black man.
What's up, YouTube?
As embarrassing as it is to see this man, because I'm embarrassed as a black man to see this. Because this is the same man who comes around here trying to tell people what they should not be doing and finds out, which I always do, that this man engages in the same behavior as Lenon. The same behaviors. That's why they're friends. One can only conclude what type of relationship they may really have. One can only conclude what that means. I'm just going to ask you to think in the abstract. Just interpret that, please. But I want you all to listen to this. Listen to it carefully.
This is Shocking Rod coming to you live with another video. So this will be a multi-series amount of videos that I'm going to be doing. This is part one. So if you did not already see my previous video where I showed you guys the reviews for Gerald Palmer at his community college as a professor, then you might want to check that one out too, because it's all kind of connected. So to give you some background here, as you can see in the title, Gerald Palmer has been allegedly accused of assaulting students and having sex with some of his male students. All right? That is not something that I came up with. It's not something that I...
Did you hear it? For those who didn't hear it, I want you all to listen to this. By the way, guys, we have Make a Change in here who sees things on the contrary. Please monitor those who have a wrench. If he says something out of the ordinary, make sure you take care of that. The truth needs to be the truth.
I made up. Somebody reached out to me personally in private and asked me to cover this. So that is where I got this information from. And to protect the victims, I will keep them anonymous. But there is a pending lawsuit. So Gerald Palmer is running scared. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off because he knows that he's done wrong. And I can't for the life of me understand why somebody who claims to be a pastor is so focused on LGBTQ issues. You know, it's like I grew up in a religion as well, and the issue of homosexuality was like never really a big debate because there's plenty of scriptures that make it clear. But he's the type of person that's so psychologically confused. He will try to look at the Bible and be a reverend and in the same breath try to justify homosexuality. He doesn't even have the maturity to say, look, well, maybe Christianity is not the religion for me if this is what they condemn. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you guys all of that, I'm going to read the email that was sent to me, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to do a whole separate video with some more commentary and some more details. So let's read this email. All right. The title of this email was, I've been taken advantage of by Gerald Palmer.
Oh my God. Listen to this now.
Please help me get justice. I filed an official complaint with the college. I will forward all the paperwork to you once I receive it. He's a predator. Please help me.
Now let's stop there. What the hell, a professor? Oh, okay. Let me play it back. They said no sound. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna play it back. I apologize. Let me play this back.
So if you did not already see my previous video where I showed you guys the reviews for Gerald Palmer at his community college as a professor, then you might want to check that one out too, because it's all kind of connected. So to give you some background here, as you can see in the title, Gerald Palmer has been allegedly accused of assaulting students and having sex with some of his male students. All right? That is not something that I came up with. It's not something that I made up. Somebody reached out to me personally in private and asked me to cover this. So That is where I got this information from. And to protect the victims, I will keep them anonymous. But there is a pending lawsuit. So Gerald Palmer is running scared. He's running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
That's probably why he tried to raise that money, because he needs money.
Because he knows that he's done wrong. And I can't for the life of me understand why somebody who claims to be a pastor is so focused on LGBTQ issues. You know, it's like I grew up in a religion as well, and the issue of homosexuality was like never really a big debate because there's plenty of scriptures that make it clear. But he's the type of person that's so psychologically confused. He will try to look at the Bible and be a reverend and in the same breath try to justify homosexuality. He doesn't even have the maturity to say, look, well, maybe Christianity is not the religion for me if this is what they condemn. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you guys all of that, I'm going to read the email that was sent to me, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to do a whole separate video with some more commentary and some more details. So let's read this email. All right. The title of this email was, I've been taken advantage of by Gerald Palmer.
Wow.
This person said, please help me get justice. I filed an official complaint with the college. I will forward all the paperwork to you once I receive it. He's a predator. Please help me get my story out. Professor Palmer was my professor. I confided in him because at the time I was in the closet and had no one to turn to. He was a mentor to me. I trusted him. When he made a move on me, I didn't know how to react because up to that date, I had never been with the guy. I was 19 years old.
Now, who does that sound like? Doesn't that sound familiar, like somebody else who likes to make a move on somebody?
I knew I was gay early on, but I had never taken it all the way there. I went along with his advances at the time because I feared if I didn't, he would stop being there for me. Things escalated quickly from us hooking up to him being very toxic and controlling. At the time, he was my best friend and the only one that knew I was gay. So I would talk about guys in my personal life that I liked, and he would automatically scold me or have an attitude. He was married, so I didn't understand why. Then it escalated to me not being allowed to talk to any guys whatsoever. Once it got physical, that's when I had to cut him off. He got really angry, angrier than usual one day when he seen that I was talking to another student. That's when he fucked me up badly. He then blamed it on him not taking his bipolar meds. Please help.
Wow. So Gerald allegedly has mental illness that's untreated, and he's behaving in this manner, and he's blaming it on that, allegedly.
Right. So that is the email that I received. And I just want to say, whoever this person is, you know, I'm going to keep you anonymous. I'm going to do everything I can to protect you. But this person did let me know that they are filing a lawsuit. So we may have some more details. That's why I said this is just part one for now. There will be other parts to this. And I also want to say, there's one more thing I wanted to point out. This is a screenshot that was left on ratemyprofessor.com that was sent to me from this person. And as you can see here, this person had to be a student to leave this screenshot. And this is what they left. It says, Gerald Palmer is a predator and abuser. I was preyed on by him on multiple and convinced to have sex on multiple occasions. I confided in him because I was closeted to my family and had no avenue to express myself. He continues to suppress my complaints to the school board because he convinced everyone I'm crazy. I need help. Someone help me get justice. All right, so that's all I got for this video. I just wanted to get this information out there. I will be doing
and I will follow up on what type of help this brother needs, and I'm willing to financially invest to make sure that he gets the justice he deserves. That's just how serious I am. I'm willing to use my own resources, if needed be, to help him get with the justice he needs.
Follow-up commentary on this, and there will be some more things to discuss. But for now, I want to know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts below in the comments. What do you guys think about this? Are you surprised? Are you shocked? Are you not surprised? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll be back with another video shortly. Peace.
Wow. Did you all hear that? Did you hear this? This is a man who has a wife and 3 children. I think 2 of his children are grown. 1 is still in school, I think. Man, that kid probably is almost getting ready to graduate also. Because if my memory serves me correct. Again, guys, this is an open panel. You can get the link. We're going to discuss this. We're going to have a conversation about this. Gerald Palmer is no different, allegedly, than Lenora Honor. They are no different. They have engaged in cheating, allegedly cheating on their wives in a particular manner. And obviously, they have used their positions of power as regards to Gerald being an adjunct instructor or a professor at a low-level community college, and the fact that Lenora Honor has used his YouTube persona and notoriety to exploit others. They're both of the same cloth, cut from the same cloth. One is no different from the other. They have both went out their way. Notice, guys, how they do this. They develop relationships with men that they know of a certain type of orientation. They befriend them. They engage in it in such a predatory manner because they prey on the young, the impressionable, the inexperienced. This young man said that he had a feeling he's like that, but he has yet to engage in it. And Gerald allegedly saw that and took advantage. Does a man like this deserve to be working in a institution like that? No. The answer is no. These men, they are not loyal to anybody but being and the only woman they have shown to be loyal to is anti-Afro Spengali. And that's a damn shame. They are more loyal to anti-Afro Spengali than to their own wives. They have shown to listen to this woman, and they have been loyal to her in the last 2 to 3 years more than they are to the women that have birthed the children that they probably didn't want to make. They probably didn't even enjoy making the children they created, because in our essence, they really wanted something else, as we could see. What kind of man? What kind of man preys on his own students, allegedly? What kind of man allegedly gets sexual favors and preys on a confused young man who's trying to understand himself and then gets jealous when the man wants to maybe seek his own relationships outside of him? What was wrong, Gerald? You're mad you probably wasn't doing a great job of pleasing him? This is hilarious, Gerald. You see, this is what happens. Karma is a bitch. Because you see, back in 2019, 20, oh, they got away with so much. But how the tables have turned. And by the way, guys, in case you all want to know, Shaka Ra and others also talked about the fact that Miss Anti-Afro, non-black woman, had to take down a whole bunch of videos of Umar Johnson and also of me. Now, you all can only wonder why, but she had to take them all down. Every last one of them. Now, Gerald, who has shown to be an ineffective instructor, who has shown to be an ineffective preacher, who has shown to be an ineffective YouTuber, and now we have learned that he is now an ineffective husband, along with being an ineffective husband and a horrible father that would put himself at risk. Now, I wonder what Miss Palmer thinks about this. Because see, Miss Palmer is a therapist just like me, who actually is more successful than her husband. And then she had to put up with this. So I suggest, guys, we need to go to Psychology Today and the other pages where his wife is at, and let her know what her husband, the little funny business allegedly her husband has been doing.
I'll take it further, Look, listen, I'll take it further. I have the email of Gerald Palmer's superior, and then also I got the email of Gerald Palmer's superior, right? So what the people should do is, right, go to the superior and ask why haven't they done anything yet, right? Why does Gerald Palmer still work at that school?
Wow, and what did they say?
No. I'm saying, right, is we should do that.
Why has there been has been nothing done about his bed? And this has been done multiple times, not just once, but
I believe so.
Times.
I believe so, right? You feel me? But yo, listen, bro, I've gotten to a point in my life, man, bro, a new condo. I'm doing well. If I'm listen, man, I went back to earn, a separate bachelor's, right, for coding, right? So I've been withdrawn, right? And they're still trying to pull people back in because they need this drama, bro. So I wouldn't even be shocked if Palmer knew about this way before it came out, right? Because of course he even said, right, because that lawsuit, Palmer just out of nowhere just jumped up one day and said, "Oh, I'm trying to start a lawsuit fund," even though people been saying those exact same words for 2-3 years now, right? So
Right.
Palmer went back and drawn up like a video that was like a year old out of the freaking like archives and said, "Oh, I'm trying to start a lawsuit fund," and we never got any answers regarding that like lawsuit fund, right? So now it has me thinking: did Palmer already know what was going to take place?
Yes, I think he did.
Man.
That's why he was raising the money. We thought we thought the lawsuit was going to be about him filing against you or somebody else. When our essence, the lawsuit was probably for his defense because of this shit.
Man, but I'm just so.
That's what it really was. And see, this is make a change. The person closed the email by saying, "Help me." Wouldn't it be better to contact the authorities instead of making a video? Now,
They did, right?
So wait, the
They did, though.
hold on, wait a minute. The hypocrisy of you to talk about making videos when you have made over 200 to 300 videos on Umar Johnson. So if you wanted to help the black community and black boys, instead of like you just stated, once you take your own advice, why don't you contact the authorities instead of making videos like you have? Take your own advice.
Yeah. Also,
Derail, baby.
Yes.
Hey, Tiff, what's up, Tiff?
Can you please, hey, Flacco, hey, baby, can you please explain to the cheap seats in the back that when victims of sex trauma use different ways to cope and they use different ways to express themselves, and it is not a cookie cutter way they do it? And Gerald Palmer allegedly took this little boy's virginity.
Yep.
He penetrated him, taking his virginity, causing emotional trauma, sexual trauma, and people who are victims of sex trauma use various ways to seek out support. Example, I tried to explain this on TC's live, and me and TC had a disagreement because he said that he finds it suspect if a person chooses to go on YouTube rather than going to the police. I have had victims go out and after they have sustained sexual trauma, before even calling the police, in tears with bloody faces, going on social media saying, "I just been raped, I need help." That does not mean that their sexual trauma is discounted because of that's the method they choose to solicit help.
You see,
and it's not attention and it's not money. It's called, when you're in trauma, you use different ways to solicit help. That's all I want to say.
See, what they're not understanding, a person in trauma does not think logically. And they're thinking from a perspective, from a logical standpoint, that these people are going to have the state of mind to know exactly what to do and do things the right way. A person in trauma will use whatever is easy, accessible to them to cry for help. And for a lot of people, particularly younger the generation now, and at this point, they look at social media and other platforms as just as easy to call 911 as it is to get on the internet. When about doing it, you're looking at it from a calm, logical perspective. But in essence of being, but in the state of being in shock and experiencing that trauma, you're not going to look at it in that manner. You're looking at, please, somebody help me, because I'm unable to help myself.
Yeah.
So that is a horrible analysis to think that a person's supposed to have the state of mind. Now, some people are able to do that. Some people are able, but many are not. And not everybody is going to respond to trauma the same way.
And
Thank you. And again, thank you. This is what I was trying to explain. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. You feel me? Like, I was trying to ask, man, like, do we know all the answers? Like, do we know, like, if he's black? Like,
does it matter?
Black,
does it matter?
No, it don't.
Right, here's why, right? I think it does, right? Because if he's tearing down Umar Johnson, saying, right, that his whole basics is Umar Johnson is trying to destroy young black men, right? Then like, and him turning around again, I don't know if he penetrated him, right? But come back around.
According to the victim, he did.
Yeah, right. You know, and viciously piping out a young black boy those
Ooh, that's
are
sad.
heights of hypocrisy that I don't think that I could have ever fathomed. You feel me? You know, if Gerald Palmer, man, this is just show, bro. I have no words for this shit. This shit is just what kind of people are we going to war with every day, bro?
That's a good question.
What the fuck, bro?
But
He's married with kids.
He's done this multiple
Yep.
times, not just one.
That's my point. That's another point. That's another point, D. Durrell. This is just one victim that was brave enough to come forward. Gerald Palmer has been doing this for the longest. He's been out soliciting booty sex from various students, and we've all been to college. You guys remember how young and vulnerable you were when you entered that university. And to have a grown-ass married man see that in you and penetrate you and use you emotionally and sexually is deplorable.
Yeah. Yo, listen, man. Listen, right? And everyone's like, yo, why didn't he go to the police? He just said, yo, nobody knew I was gay, right? So, like, how can he explain, yo, Gerald Palmer beat my ass? Cool. So why did he beat your ass? Oh, because, you know, like, we had such a relationship. So, like, Gerald Palmer knew, bro, that, like, his young man was utterly trapped and had nobody to turn to, right? Which also, too, I want to know, like, what the time frame is. You feel me? Like, was it this year, last year, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, right? Feel me? You know, so we can, you know, once we have and all the details, man, listen, once that lawsuit drops on Pacer, oh my God, it's, oh man. Yo, bro, Shakim said, right? Listen, Shakim said there's a pending lawsuit. If that lawsuit ever drops on Pacer, do you understand the content we have to? Because, like, at this point, it's not speculation no more, right? It's yo, can Gerald Palmer prove his innocence in the court of law? It's rats for him, man. Oh my God, uncle.
Remember how they did Umar when Umar had that hearing, huh? Remember, I don't know if you remember,
Yeah.
but remember how they treated Umar for that hearing? They talked about that for damn near about what, a week before it happened and a week after, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They were fanatical about that hearing, which turned out to turn out which I told them nothing was going to happen, but they didn't want to believe me, and it turned out it made them look stupid because nothing happened. He was vindicated. But the fools still wanted to question whether or not he had a PhD in psychology. You're not going to get summoned by the board of psychology if you don't have the proper educational requirements. They're not going to summon you. Go ahead.
Plus, you heard them referring to him as Dr. Johnson during the hearing.
Exactly.
They referred to him as Dr. Johnson. They're not going to call Joe Blow, who don't have any education and any degrees, Dr. anything.
But you still have fools that's still sitting here, and just like that man sitting in that little small triangle to the left, who has no degrees. Well, we don't even know if Lenon has a high school diploma. We don't even know that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
People like this trying to question the educational prowess of Umar Johnson, and they don't have anything. You see the hypocrisy? Gerald Palmer is using his job as a means to exploit people, allegedly. He has another, hold on, guys. But I want you all to understand this. I don't think y'all realize this. Gerald has another job. Gerald works at an HIV clinic for men, part-time in Kansas City. I don't know if y'all aware of that. I hope y'all are aware of that. So we need to find out that particular clinic, because they only have so many clinics like that. They probably have one in the city. They don't have a lot of clinics like that specialize in certain groups as far as HIV. And I wonder if Gerald has engaged in similar behaviors with these types of people, with that population. if he's acting like that at his school, why wouldn't we not believe that he's allegedly doing the same thing at his other job? I'm just saying. It sounds like to me we need to. I mean, there needs to be more investigation on his second job to see if anybody has complained or something that he's done that was unethical.
He's a predator. He's a predator. Anybody who works in academia as a professor knows good and goddamn well your students and your staff are off limits. They're off limits. That's highly unethical.
Right?
Man,
he's a predator, and he's preying on a very sensitive population of youngsters who was questioning his sexuality or coming into himself sexually. And what does Gerald do? He decides to groom him like any other pedophile would do and stick his penis inside that little boy's body. That's what happened. And I believe the victim. I believe him. I know he's not making it up. I do not believe that this person is lying to Shakim Ra. And I don't believe Shakim Ra is making up a story for shits and giggles. I believe that the reason why Gerald goes so hard for Lenon is because they're both two fucking perverts cut from the same cloth.
Exactly.
And also, too, right? Like, you have to be a student, but to use that thing, right? So, again, why would a student just make this shit up? You feel me? Like, why? You feel me? So, like, that's why you gotta say, man, like, it's something, it's seriously deep, bro. And I don't think, like, it stops here, bro. I think we have to really examine, like, what's Gerald Palmer's real narrative for attacking a strong black leader who goes to war with the LGBT narrative. I mean, right? You know, so I don't know, man.
It's two things.
Yeah.
I estimate there are two things. And I'm not trying to be funny on the first one. I really think that Gerald is attracted to Umar Johnson.
Wow.
I really do.
Yes.
I think Lenon Honor is attracted to Umar Johnson.
Wow.
Because he's now I want us to listen. I'm a man, so I'm not gonna say this.
Oh, Starboy. Who?
But they looking at him as being number one. He is intelligent. He's articulate. He's tall, strong looking.
Oh man. It's getting weirder now.
It's true. It's true. And you know what? No. You know what? Let me piggyback. Let me piggyback off that. And I would also further go to say that Gerald Palmer is attracted to D. Darrell. And let me tell you why. He has a crush on you because you represent everything that he's not. A musician who actually has talent, who don't have to suck and blow into a flute in order to make music. He sits up and he is a failed ass clinician or wannabe clinician. You're not. Business owner, you are. He's not. He's failed. So in his mind, he would rather have you in bed, but he know he can't have you in bed, so he hates on you. And the same goes for Gerald Palmer with Dr. Johnson.
Hey, I'm here. So again, also too, right? Speaking of the music talent, I just want to say, man, when you hit the baby, listen, man, I want to have kids after that, man. Listen, man. I'm in love with it. Oh man, we do the. I said, yo, this man got talent, man. Nah, that's just spicy, man. You feel me?
Appreciate it.
You definitely got skills, man. Listen, man. But back to Palmer, man. Palmer. What again, bro? We really do have to like we have to push the issue of we need to take it into our own hands to reach out to his superiors at the college, and to his superior at his other job, right? Because there is more victims, and like I can't sleep at night knowing there's more victims. You feel me, bro? Like so, like we have to actually pursue this to the infinite amount, So
and by the way, guys, I just thought about something. Being that because I didn't even think about this.
Yeah,
Gerald Palmer probably is licensed as an LMSW, which is a licensed master social worker. Now, it doesn't have the same privileges as a licensed clinical social worker, but I would be very, very curious to what the board of social work in Missouri would think of his behavior. Because they need to, the board of Missouri.
Report him.
Yes.
Report him. He tried to take your license. They need to be notified.
Yes. They need to be notified of his misconduct as a person who is teaching social work to students, because he's teaching social work. And the thing about it is, he probably is license eligible because social work has different levels. You can have a bachelor's of social work and have a license. You can have a master. Then you have the top of that, which is an LCSW, which is a licensed clinical license of social work. So I think that the board and everybody listening, we need to maybe contact the board of social work in Missouri and let them know allegedly of the behaviors of this particular professional, because he is operating in a way that is detrimental to the mental health of people of a certain community.
Yeah, can I have 2 large Cokes with light ice, please?
Light ice, anything else?
No, thank you.
Okay, please.
2 large Cokes. Come on, Tiff.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I was muted. My apologies.
It's okay. But they know. I think that they need to know what he's been doing. I mean,
I agree, because if they can lie to your board on you, you should be able to tell the truth on his board about him. They lied to take your credentials, to lie on you, to besmirch your name. They did all of that on some bullshit. So if he's out there soliciting sex and trying to groom his students who are vulnerable, who are head and shoulders beneath him in age, then they definitely need to know about that. And I know that this young gentleman isn't the first person he's groomed. I know it isn't.
Well, Shakim Ra, in that excerpt, Shakim Ra listed 2 people who made a complaint about that. There was actually the beginning, and then there was one at the end. The way he said it, it made it appear like it because in the same stream, but he actually showed 2 complaints by 2 different people. And he said this is a series, so there's more to come, more to watch, and we will have to watch this with great interest to see the multiple complaints, because he said he has other responses by other people who made this complaint, and he's going to highlight this particular person that emailed him, and we're going to see what's going to happen with that. That guy probably needs to be honest with you, that guy can actually sue the university, and Gerald.
He should.
He should sue. And I am willing. I'm gonna say this. I am willing to financially invest to make sure those things happen. I'm putting it out.
Me too.
I'm willing to do it because it needs
I will give money to help this person seek justice for the way that they were treated by Pastor Palmer. I am saying it right now publicly. If they could reach out to you, then you let me know and I'll cash out them what they need.
I'm willing to financially help, because it makes no sense that this young man looked up to Gerald, because Gerald came off as being understanding. And when he really was low key trying to be with him, and that guy took that as love.
He hadn't even had sex.
Grooming.
What the fuck, bro? He was
a virgin until he got his bussy popped by Palmer.
Yo, listen, man. If he would have seen the proper psychologist, listen, right? He probably would have felt, wait, hold up, maybe I'm not gay, right? You feel me? Maybe it's just something I had to deal with. But Palmer escalated this, this kid's sexual confusion. That's a crime that Palmer has to pay for with his time in prison, bro. Right? Like, come on.
Facts.
Imagine that. Bro, he caught this kid early before this kid could see proper psychology. Listen, right? Because listen, if he hadn't had the sex yet, right? That would mean, it's like he was still teetering back and forth between, man, am I really gay? Right? So Palmer really turned this kid out.
Yeah.
This is, oh my God, bro.
But
Yo,
Palmer did.
man.
Palmer, like she said, he groomed. This is something. See, I think Tiffany deals with trauma. People that are in trauma. I deal with people that deal with
Yep.
trauma. I'm
Sex
licensed.
trauma. Yep.
I've been licensed and certified in doing trauma focused cognitive behavioral therapy, and in that, of all of these stories, particularly, is mostly people that someone knows or is related to or close to the family. Gerald was a person that was highly looked upon and valued by this young man. And this young man thought that Gerald can be a person as a confidant that can help him deal with whatever issues mentally and sexually that he had going on. And in turn, Gerald preyed on it for his own sexual conquest and satisfaction. He had no intentions of really helping that guy. All he wanted to do is to use him for his own sexual pleasures. He didn't give a damn about that boy, that young man. He didn't give a damn what that guy was going through. He pretended because he was exploiting him for his own needs, allegedly. But that's what he did.
That is highly unethical. Oh, that's highly unethical.
And let's be honest. How many times have you heard, Tiffany, and anybody else that's a clinician, that when usually somebody preys on the victim, it starts off innocent, it starts off genuine, and then as they gain that trust, which is
as his mentor, yes,
when he gained his trust, that's when he went, for the gusto to try to make a pass at him in a way that was conflictual, because the guy was like, well, he really loves me, he really helps me. No telling what kind of text messages they had. No telling what they were talking about doing.
Oh my God.
We don't even know if Gerald just gave him a passing grade, whether he made the grades or not.
Yo, listen,
of course he did. Of course he did. He's piping him and taking his virginity. Yeah.
Yes. The review, right, said that he got an A+ in Gerald Palmer's class. Oh my God. And also, too, he said the same thing, right? He was like, yo, like, I didn't know how to take, like, his advances, but he was the only person I could talk to. So if I turned it down, I didn't want to tell, like, him no, because if I didn't know, I'm afraid that my mentor and my best friend who like I confided in will leave me alone. That's crazy, yo. This grown ass man, bro.
Yep.
Like, what did these guys like go to learn how to be predators, bro? Because this is like some real.
We were taught that. We were taught. Man, let me tell you, we're taught ethics 101, boundaries. Come on, that is second nature for anybody who works in human services. You learned that shit your first day. You got to be kidding me. He knew better. He knew better, but he didn't give a damn. Just like Gerald said,
a person who's a predator is not trained naturally to be a predator. Most predators were once victims. And to be honest with you, Gerald probably allegedly was a victim. And I'm saying allegedly because I don't know, because everybody has different paths. The thing about it, when you look at it as his actions as it has been documented, as a predator, allegedly,
yes,
he has put himself in environments where he can prey on the weak. See, predators, just like a lot of people who, let's say, a child predator that has been undiagnosed or no one knows that they're a child predator. Usually these child predators are in environments around a lot of children.
Yeah.
Workplaces, they participate in volunteerism with children. They engage in actively just volunteering to do all types of nice things for children. Okay. But in all actuality, they're doing it for their own benefit because they plan to exploit and traumatize these children. But when you look at Gerald, it's no different. He worked in an environment with young, impressionable young men who, and they can spot out the ones who are of a certain ilk a mile away, and engage in that because they see that as a breach. You're going to have semester after semester of new, young, and fresh guys that he can potentially prey on. And then his part-time job, guys, he works at an HIV clinic counseling young black men who have HIV. This is what he does for a living. That's his part-time job. So he finds himself, I didn't say HIV, period, whether they black, white, no, young black men. Because that's what he likes, allegedly. So he puts himself in these positions where he can be a predator.
Man, bro. Yo, this community, listen, man, like, it kind of scares me, right? Because one, like, so, like, I'm thinking, right, like, he found Shocking Raw, right? Because, again, right? Because, yo, like, he probably typed in, like, Gerald Palmer on Google, right?
Right.
And then YouTube shit popped up, right? So imagine, right, bro? Imagine what the karma in God's will, bro. If Gerald wasn't gonna, make videos on Umar Johnson, then Gerald Palmer's victims probably would have no help. You feel me, bro? Because he said like in that drawing, right? Like, yo, like Gerald Palmer has made people to believe that I'm crazy, right? Like, so like he has nowhere to go,
right?
Man, bro. Yeah, listen, man. I'm going for you, Tiff, for Shocking Raw, to interview this dude, you feel me, and put him on camera. Well, again, I don't know like how camera works, right? But like, we want to hear him, So the Shocking,
I want to hear him too.
So I'm gonna say this. So James G says, so you guys claim to be mental health professionals and in the community, and you throwing around someone has been nobody said anything about anybody being molested. I said that most, and this is just clinical. This is elementary from a clinical perspective, as far as knowing that most predators were once victims. That's like understood no matter where you go. As far as in the field, most predators were once victims.
Yeah.
And they
it's a learned behavior.
And they act out those behaviors as adults.
Yeah.
That's not nothing new. That's not even debatable.
Yeah. You're like the bully, right? For example, the bully is often bullied at home. You feel me? So like, he would come to school, and act up, right? So like that's just common sense.
I'll be right back, guys. Y'all keep going. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back.
Bad, man. You feel me, man? So Tiff, man. So Gerald Palmer, I believe he's addressing this right now on live. So are you interested in hearing now anything Gerald Palmer has to say?
I would like to hear him explain his damn self on why he violated that child. 19 is a child.
Nah, that's facts. You feel me? Well, here, right? So he can't go to jail for having sex with the kid, right? Because the kid was 19, right?
Right.
Yeah. So like, here, right? Yes. So like, what can Gerald Palmer like go to jail for then?
He could lose if he really beat him up and assault and it was forced sex. He can go to jail. He can definitely go to jail.
Got you. Yeah, man. Yeah. Right now, man. I'll be honest, like YouTube shit, it's spooking the fuck out of me, bro. Cause this shit is getting wild by the day, bro. Cause like we're dealing with the biggest freaks and weirdos on the fucking internet, bro. Like, bro, imagine like we have one dude who seriously begs for money, right? And then we got this dude here who like beats like and beats students, I think.
Yeah, that's what the guy is alleging.
Yeah. Wait, what's that?
This is sad. This is just horrible.
Wait, wait. Oh, the wait. One second.
I'm back.
Oh,
I'm back.
Tasman. So, man, you know, bro, like again, man, like we are dealing with the biggest creeps on the internet, bro. Creeps
Fraud.
and frauds, man. like this whole sector, bro. Listen, man. I got my first like community strike because I made a video about Umar Johnson reacting to something a month ago. So I'm like, wait, what the fuck? Like, so like now, like the Negroes really like going overtime, right? Bro, after I told them, yo, I'm out this sector, leave me alone. They're going overtime right now, bro. You feel me? You know, so like so man, like this shit is getting
out of hand.
Bro, this sector ain't worth it, yo. Like, bro, yo, there's dudes right now like trying to get other people fired. Bro, these people, bro, how did you deal with these people for months before you got help, bro? Because I couldn't do it, bro. These niggas try to really destroy you.
My thing is, I have the financial resources to fight the shit that they was doing. So it really, they thought that they was doing something without knowing. Like, I got lawyers. And see, when they did the shit they did, my lawyers took care of it. You know, so I mean, not everybody can do that, but I have lawyers. Like, say for instance, when Gerald Palmer went to Open Path, my lawyers talked to their CEO about why I was taken down, and we had a back and forth interaction for about a day before they allowed me to go back on. When they called the board of examiners of counseling in Texas, my lawyer actually sent 2 letters to them, and it took almost a year to get that resolved. So, you know, and the thing about it is, you know, you have when you send something to them, you have this whole period of time before they get back with you. So my whole thing is that not everybody can do that, you know. But see, I work for myself. You can't call a boss. I'm the boss. So and they had people threatening to do this and do that. But what they got to understand is that I know, as a person that understands ethics and professionalism and so forth, I understand that I'm working. I haven't done anything outside the confines of me being a therapist. Matter of fact, I'm not providing therapy online. That's through YouTube video. That's unethical. See, I understand this stuff. Now, what I can do is there is nothing that I have said that has been incorrect from a professional counseling related standpoint. I can see if I miseducated the public. I've never done that. Nobody can question my expertise. What they want to question is my behavior. Well, I have not done anything within the ethical confines of my board and so forth, or as a professional, that would serve negative to the profession. I've never done that, you know. And so, and you know what they put in the letter? They actually tried to get my license taken away because this was stupid. This shows how dumb and deranged people are. They actually told the board, D. Darrell, but they said my real name, does not deserve to have a license because he supports this other mental health professional named Umar Johnson, who we don't know truly has a PhD, who says he will kill 10% of black boys. They actually put that dumbass shit in a letter to a governmental agency.
And
I'm saying it verbatim because that's exactly how they put it. And my lawyer looked at me like, what the hell? And then the board even said, what does this mean? What are they talking about? You know, this was deranged. It sounded like a mentally ill person who was delusional writing a complaint. That's what it sounded like.
Here, right? So look, this happened to me, right? So here, right? So okay, so I think I did like so I was flown out by like my very good friend called Steve Holstrom, right? So Steve owns a very big radio station, right? That even Trump came to, you feel me? Right? And that's how like North Dakota rumors.
I'm listening.
Right, you know, so like that's how like the North Dakota rumor started, right? Because like Steve flew me out, right? But to put together you call it a panel, right? So cool, so like they found like that, you call it that like interview, right? So like he called Steve and was like, oh, you shouldn't talk to him blah blah because he supports Umar Johnson. And Steve is like a white man, and he's like, what the? Yo, he said Flacco, like, this man, called me talking about like this dude called Umar Johnson, and all type of shit. I say, yo, these people are really psychotic, bro. Like, imagine I'm going to, going like to the extent of trying to call like my friend, trying to say, yo, don't be friends with him no right here, right? Because like he like here, right? So he actually thought that Steve was my employer. And Steve was like, right? And like Steve told him no, that's my friend, he called it very good friends of mine.
Right.
And the partner was like, well, he supports this guy. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, these people here, bro, went to infinite lengths trying to destroy us, right? But yo, we made the right decision in life, right? Where like I've set myself up on where like you can't pick up a phone, for getting fired. You feel me? Like I can't do that, right? So like these guys we're dealing with, bro, very evil, conniving, and like I don't feel bad at all, So here, right? So now, right? I got one more question up. Now do you think that Shakim Ra is public enemy number one for the anti-fraud warriors?
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Huh?
Of course he is. Because he's coming out with these receipts. He's coming out. He's not just talking about stuff. He's coming out with a lot of receipts that they can't refute. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, he's coming out with something they're not even actually confronting. Like Lenon never confronted. Matter of fact, they confront receipts that you put out. They are basically trying to deter from the fact that they have engaged in behaviors that have been hypocritical of what they want people to think that they truly are as individuals. That's facts. So, my thing is that they're actually doing things that they actually doing the exact things that they claim Umar was doing. That's what's getting me. It's like all the stuff that they claim Umar Johnson was doing, and now it turns out that they're actually doing it and they're doing it worse. They talked about Umar Johnson not being a good father. We obviously see that they're doing things that are putting their family at risk. You talked about Umar Johnson scamming. They both have engaged in alleged scam situation. And for Lenon Honor is way above and beyond what anybody would have think Umar would do for the stuff that he's done over the last 10, 12, no matter how many years. Okay, that's facts. And multiple proportions. These guys are low-level human beings, and they can't stand for another person to try to do something to help the community just because you failed at life. Like, get your life together, man. Especially Lenon Honor he has a lot of work to do for himself. And he should not even be on, with all the issues and the lack of for his age, he has no business being on YouTube at all. He's way behind. When you're almost 50 years old and don't have credit, you don't even have tax returns that have been filed. You're sitting here trying to sell fake services, and you actually mentally harmed one young lady that reached out to me. Matter of fact, I was looking for that email. I couldn't find it, but I was trying to look for that email for that young lady that he damaged. She actually did the same thing that this guy did for Gerald Palmer. She saw a video of mine and reached out to me and told me, and it was actually on some LGBT topic because she was greatly affected, confused with her sexuality due to the fact that she was molested by her father for years, and it caused issues in her relationships, and she questioned her sexuality. And this fool sat there trying to give her advice and saying things that actually made it worse. That's the facts. That's the facts. And that to me is problematic, and that's horrible. It's horrible that you put yourself in that position. It's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
And to me, that to me, what they don't understand is that when you do that, it makes a person less susceptible to want to seek real therapy from a real professional. They won't trust a real professional.
Right. It's already a stigma in our community about seeking out for mental health.
Yeah.
What are Black people told? Go to the church, go to the pastor. You know what I'm saying? And they're the biggest predators. So when a person does reach out for help, you got, oh my God, I don't know, you guys. I'm sorry. This is horrible.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's the truth.
Yo, listen. I just watched Palmer's live, and he's out here laughing and making this shit a joke. Like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like, bro, this shit, you know.
That's what predators do. That's what predators do when somebody comes out and tells them, hey, this is what you did. They think it's all fun, games, shits, and giggles.
Yeah, like
I don't see shit funny about what dude said. I don't see shit funny about it.
Gerald is putting a facade because he knows what the truth is, and he trying to act like everybody, trying to show face to make everything like, oh, I got this under control. It's okay. It's no big deal. In our essence, it's a serious issue. And if somebody was willing to post that and their university got a hold of that, there's going to be some problems. It just so happened that individual hasn't went through the legal process yet. And when that person goes through that legal process of reporting it and suing their asses, including the school and himself, and I mean the school and Gerald, then it's going to be serious. He won't be laughing anymore after that.
Man.
Because that's just what's going to happen.
Palmer,
he should be sued.
Palmer, listen, man. Like, every once that I hear in that live stream was, yo, this is vehemently false. I have never and will never do this in my life. I never hear that passion. I never heard those words. All it was like, ha, ha, ha. Oh, the part that I found funny was when he said that I beat his ass because I didn't take my meds. That's the funny part to you, Palmer? Like, you didn't feel appalled? You didn't feel angry? Yo, I'm telling y'all, man.
And my thing is that Gerald Palmer allegedly having mental illness, I'm not surprised at that too.
Well, he said it out of his own mouth.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I actually said that, to be honest with you. So
yeah, he did.
So Gerald, you have done things and have said things that are actually being brought to light. We took it as you just talking, but now we have other people confirming what we already was thinking you were doing in the first place. Everybody in this space had some level of thoughts that Gerald potentially is of a certain mindset and engages in certain behavior. But other people saying it that don't know us is only confirming the inevitable. But to be a person that is, but it actually gets deeper than that when you're doing it in an exploitive manner. When you're preying, like Lenore did, when you're preying on people and exploiting them, that's when it gets just ridiculous. The fact that he took advantage of a young man.
Yeah, with Lenon, right?
Also, you know, this is what he's done.
You see, listen, right? You see, yo, like Gerald Palmer to me is way worse than Lenon, right? For Lenon, like these dudes were random hookups, right? You feel me?
Right.
But Gerald Palmer met a vulnerable student, brainwashed him, groomed him, and then left this kid scarred and traumatized for life. Gerald Palmer,
That's
man.
a good point. That's a good point. Yeah.
Gerald Palmer, man. You can't tell me there ain't like, listen, bro. We have to call his workplace, leave emails, bro. I'll tell my all 40 people in this live stream, yo. Call and leave emails, man. You feel me, right? Make sure Gerald Palmer is brought to justice. You feel me? Because, yo, this here, bro, is like out of control, you know? See, yo, and like, I'm just glad, bro, that like it was somebody else who exposed him, right? Because if I would have done it, it would have been like, oh, look, Flacco hates Palmer, blah, blah, right? But Shaquem Ra and Palmer used to be friends, right? Now, look what happens now. Man, oh, man. I'm just loving it, man, you know. I'm loving it, man. Like, who's next, though,
The truth comes, look, the truth is coming to the light. That's basically what happened. And for these same people for years and years and years, for me, it's been years. I've been dealing with them since like 2018, 2019. So this is, I know for this has been years for me of them constantly just beating on this over and over and over and over and over again, putting themselves out there as if they're this wholesome person without any flaws, without any fault in anything. And they turn out to be the scum of the earth, the lowest.
Yep.
The other scums of the earth, man.
Exactly.
Scums. You know, these people, you know, they're man. I'm just shocked that these people got the nerve to come on social media and be this outspoken. Yo, bro, like Gerald Palmer seemed like just defeated. He seemed down. He just sounded and looked like down and out, right? So like they hadn't believed, like, oh damn, like if something is going on at home, right? His wife is getting tired of this, yo. Palmer's wife is reserved, is private. She don't even have like, you know, accounts on social media, right? Like, so like, why would she want this much attention? Her business, is getting
bombarded,
like, right?
She might just leave his ass.
Bruh,
she should.
Man.
She should. She should leave his ass.
You find out that, and I'm pretty sure she has her reservations, allegedly, about Gerald and his little antics. But what about if she has confirmation based on this that Gerald is what she probably thought he was, but she probably didn't want to, you know, come to terms with it because he's a great liar, just like most predators and manipulator.
Man,
okay, I mean he's a manipulator, just like the difference is that Lennon's wife does have a YouTube page, and she has been on video, so she's a YouTuber, even though she doesn't necessarily do it anymore. But she comes on camera. But Gerald's wife is a professional, handling her business like she's supposed to, making her money.
Boss lady,
family. She's the breadwinner, taking care of Gerald and the kids because he can't do it, and too busy trying to get, you know, booty from people and so forth. The thing about it is, Gerald, why not mess with men your age? If that's your taste, Gerald, there are plenty of men of your age or maybe a little younger who would love to engage with you. But why are you seeking the helpless and the meek and nimble and so forth? The people who are on the fence about themselves. Imagine an 18, 19, 20-year old who, don't know where they are going in life, and they're trying to make sense of the world. And here you go, this appear to be well seasoned 40 plus, 45, 48 plus, maybe 50-year-old man giving them all the answers.
Crazy.
And they'll think they're looking up to you like you have greatly and immensely changed their lives and allowed them, giving them false hope and false confidence. And then turn around, you're looking for something else in return from them. And then you get mad if they try to date other people. So that shows that Gerald's jealous about his meat.
Man.
You don't want nobody touching his.
Yo, that shit is wild too. Bro, imagine having a whole wife and then like, nah, bro, that shit is wild. Imagine having like a whole ass wife.
Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Continue. I'll be right back.
All right, man. Bro, yo, listen, man. There's a big reason why Palmer can have a 3-hour live stream on Umar Johnson, but hop on live to address his critics and only do 30 minutes, right? Because right, it's certain things that there's no response for, right? It's certain things like you just cannot defend. That person needs to be a student to leave a review on the students board. So you let me know how a student, like, come on, bro. Like, why would a student risk his academic career to like tell a joke or a lie? Nah, Palmer.
No, it's not a lie. I believe him. I believe him. I believe the victim. I do. I know some people have reservations, and and that's cool. You have reservations, but I like to believe that this man and Shakim Ra is not making this up, and this man is not making this up.
Of course. Yeah, facts, right? Yeah. And not like, listen, right? Like, the facts, listen. So, like, for me, right? Like, so, like, I don't think that Shakim Ra made it up because, like, you have to be a student to leave that shit, right? Like, so, like, rather Shakim Ra attends that school, you feel me? So, listen, man, like, Palmer has some explaining to do, and it's very odd and suspicious that Palmer couldn't speak on this issue for more than 30 minutes. Right? Yo, I wish a Negro would accuse me of gay activities, bro. I'm coming on and doing a 3-4 hour live stream and breaking down every fucking detail as to why Negroes are lying. Right? As to why Negroes are lying. So Palmer, listen, Palmer didn't have enough to say, wait, look, that's wrong, and like, hey, and like, here's why that's wrong. Nah, yo, because Palmer knows that young man is saying facts, and Palmer knows the walls are closing in. It's over, man.
I hope that young man got receipts. I hope he got text messages. I hope he have email. I hope he has receipts. So, and what can Palmer say then?
Yo, and that's why Palmer did not come out too strong. Palmer do not want to make the mistake of forcing that young man to come on camera and present his facts, bro. I'm talking about, yo, come on camera, bring the printouts, and show it to the camera. Like, look, Exhibit A right here. On this fucking day, Palmer said, oh, man. Palmer's done. Like when someone disparages the man who takes care of kids, save that energy for finger wagging, hand on his hip, Lenon. Lenon is making, yo, bro. These Lenon supporters, yo, listen, man, why don't y'all go to Lenon shit? You feel like why y'all here? Man, I don't know, man.
Who said something? Who said something crazy?
Like
James G.
Yeah.
He said Lenon is making content legally and you guys are slandering. No, he's not. Lenore Honor has slandered Umar Johnson for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
He is not making legal content. And just like anti-Afro's information videos have been taken down, his are soon following. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the truth.
Man, can you please
If you want to talk about legalities, let's talk about the fact that you're not filing your taxes. You're not paying your taxes from your YouTube profits and from your wife's website. Let's talk about the fact that you trying to buy a house. You're trying to buy a house without any verification of income. You mean to tell me you're that illiterate as a 48-year-old man that you think you can buy a house without any verification of are you either you're dumb or you're just financially illiterate?
Mm-hmm.
What sense is that?
I think he's dumb.
You know, I mean, let's talk about legalities. Let's talk about the fact that you have been finessing the system in California and Utah
Mm-hmm.
by having a spiritual wife
Mm-hmm.
who is getting all kind of benefits and you're benefiting from it and you're still in the home and you're not supposed to be. So let's talk about legalities.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that now people are questioning the effectiveness of you educating your children to the point where you have a 14-year-old who can barely read.
Man.
Now that part is really, really, really sad.
Now
That's really sad.
Talk about things like that. How can I have tax returns when he don't have tax returns? That's stupid, James G.
Mm-hmm.
He came out and said he didn't have tax returns. That's why he couldn't buy a house. What do you mean, do I have his? He don't have. Could you ask him? You should be asking him why he don't have tax returns. I pay my taxes.
Mm-hmm.
Great deal at that.
A great deal. Listen, tell them folks, bro. Listen, bro, you make money that they would dream of. You feel me? If Leonard Honor, again, man, if Leonard Honor had your income, that man will like bust it open every day of the week, bro. Listen, yo, if Leonard Honor made like your income and like off super chats, bro, he wouldn't stop making videos. For me, yo, cause yo, and also too, man, like why don't people like killing for not filing taxes? Why do people ignore these things, right? And then say, wait, about Umar. But like, we aren't talking about Umar. Like, you feel me?
We're talking about you. We want to bring him. What about Umar? What
yeah. Let's pause. You feel me? Yeah, like let's like pause and speak on Lenon. Why isn't nobody ready to have that conversation, right? It's always what about Umar Johnson, right? Hey, Lenon Honor don't take care of his kids. What about Umar Johnson? Umar Johnson has our support.
What does Umar have to do with Lenon?
Exactly.
Oh man.
Exactly.
James, hold on. James G, what about Umar taxes? What about him?
Right there, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Like, this shit is always about Umar Johnson, and this shit crazy. I never seen no shit like this before, bro.
Like, what does Umar Johnson didn't have 5 children and a spiritual wife? I mean, this is not the same. These are 2 separate circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
And this dumbass said, as Catherine said, and he did say this, he said he doesn't have to file because he's self-employed. That shows how dumb.
That don't make sense. That don't make sense. I'm self-employed and I work and I still have to file. I have to file for my business. Right. And come on now.
Employed people are the ones who are audited the most. You're the ones they look at the most with the taxes. Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
But you got this fool regurgitating thinking that this man knows what he's talking about. Like, stop it. This is ridiculous. And then he said, what about Umar taxes? What about him? What about his taxes?
Yeah, listen, man.
How you
said Lenon Honor?
You're worrying about, and this is the thing they got to understand. Okay, they worrying about Umar, and the same thing for Make a Change, because Make a Change was the one who brought up the taxes. He was the one that, if anybody you want to blame, Make a Change for this. But he's the one that came out with the tax situation. Nobody else really talked about that except Make a Change. He the one brought that up about the IRS. Mm-hmm. And so my question is, you wanted to question, are you talking about this? There's two ways you can look at it. You can look at the taxes as a 501c3, as an entity, and you look at it personally for himself. Mm-hmm. And so you all are mixing the two. Those are two separate things. Mm-hmm. The bottom line is that Lenon Honor has a 1099 from YouTube for the last 10 years, and he has yet filed one tax return. Mm-hmm. Okay? Umar Johnson just bought the school 2 years ago. And since he bought that school, now everybody wants to know about taxes. Mm-hmm. So what looks worse? Somebody didn't pay taxes in 10 years? Or are you questioning whether or not somebody has a certain tax status based on information you can't verify? Mm-hmm. So that says the lack of intelligence that you all have. That every time somebody talks about Umar, talks about Lenon Honor, you want to bring it in and say, well, what about Umar? Well, what about Umar? What about Umar? I'm like, well, what about him? Umar has a whole set of circumstances that are totally different, and they're not related to Lenon Honor.
Right.
Different. What's up, Black Gabe?
Or listen, right? Let's assume, right, that the AFW has told nothing but facts on Umar, and Umar is this bad guy, right?
Right.
What does that have to do with whether or not Lenon Honor is a bad guy? Right? Can't they both be bad guys, right? You feel me? And right, so like like these people, bro. I swear to God, man. If Umar just says, "Yo, I'm done with this. I'm about to move away to Cuba or something," right? They will not survive on YouTube. And feel me? Like, they will start beefing with each other. Somebody said, better review manhood lessons. Number 12. Do you believe Red G when he said, okay, so look, do you believe Red G when he says he's a straight male? I honestly want for everybody to answer that question. Hey, Black Abe is in the building. What's up, Black Abe?
Yo, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
Listen, man. Like, we are astounded and shocked, man. But listen, man. Black Abe has fixed his Wi-Fi, man. He's sounding like clearer now. Fix your Wi-Fi.
Black Abe.
No, nothing. This sector, it got me messed up because it kind of desensitized me to a lot of things. Like even the stuff of like O'Shea and like Umar. When I see the hate that Umar gets, like before Umar, I wouldn't believe the stuff the allegations with Reverend Palmer, because those are real allegations. But now with the Umar stuff and all the fake news and all the lies they put on him, mm-hmm. I believe it. I'm taking that same approach. Like, I don't feel sorry. I don't care if it's true or not. I'm believing that it's true. Just because of the same energy that they put out there. When you got people still running with the lie that Umar's not a doctor.
Exactly.
Like, they still run with the lie. They'll say he doesn't own the school. Like, all of these lies that y'all put out here and just run with it as his gospel. So now when Flacco does an interview with a white guy that says that's Lennon's lover, I believe it. Because why would someone put their safe face on camera when the student puts a review online and says that Reverend G assaulted him, took advantage of him, and had relationships with him? I believe it. Yeah. Because that's the energy that you guys put out there. When you put that type of energy out there, that's what you get. And with Umar Johnson, I can see why he won't join YouTube. This shit is crazy.
It is. It is. It really is.
Like it's crazy that these people, they do these type of things where honestly, Dr. Umar doesn't even really speak about the LBGTQ community. Like he don't really. He might say it for like a minute, but he rarely speaks on it. So like, I'm starting to question like who put these people up to it? What is their mission? Who is funding these people? Because if it's about LGBTQ, he barely speaks about it. And you have YouTubers on YouTube going hard at that community. Shit,
Yep.
Tariq Nasheed is dropping a documentary, buck breaking, that just breaks that all down. I ain't heard Reverend. I ain't heard nobody talk about that yet.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Tariq is somebody. Well, he's
I mean, yeah, I know you don't like. I know you don't like him. I'm just talking about in general.
Yeah.
He's dropping a whole documentary about that community. I ain't seen not one attack yet.
Yeah. Well, hey, right? It's because people like just don't take Tariq seriously, right? So I mean, which is kind of hypocritical, right? Because like, if your whole thing is we're trying to stop people from exploiting the like black community, who has exploited the black community more than Tariq? You feel me? So,
Nah. I don't agree with that just because putting out a documentary that we need isn't exploiting the black community. The fact that Tariq Nasheed can't go to a white corporation and ask them to fund Hidden Colors. You need the people to fund Hidden Colors. The same thing with Dr. Johnson. Dr. Johnson's trying to come out with a pro-black school for black boys. You can't go to a certain corporation or the dominant society to fund that. The people need to fund that.
Exactly.
So I personally don't.
Here's why, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Right. So, why did Tariq start this FBA stuff? Right. It's because like he tried to profit off of Egos, and they was like, wait, hold up, nah, bro. You wanted to make shirts and banners and merch and like have events, like have people pay for it, right? So, and they was like, wait, no, like, nah, bro, like this is for the people. We're trying to do actual research, right? For me, right? So he said, you know what? Cool. I'm gonna start this thing called FBA and profit tremendously. Tariq raised $250,000 for his convention. You feel me? Right? Like, come on, bro. Like, right? So I'll tell you, bro. That man has been exploiting the like black community for years, but nobody is saying nothing. You know why? Because he's fully under the radar, bro. But
nah, I don't agree. And I'm Nigerian, so yeah. I understand the whole concept. Him raising money for a convention that's about black empowerment, I don't see anything wrong with it. I can see where you're coming from with the ADOS and the FBA. But to me, it's all about lineage and black Americans who built this country getting their just due. What Tariq Nasheed does is he doesn't try to do an organization. Now, if Tariq Nasheed tried to do an organization like ADOS or like any of those other organizations, then he would be setting himself up. But what he does is he just goes off he does hashtags, movies,
sell merch.
And at the end of the day, he speaks out about white supremacy. Ain't nobody putting in the same type of work as far as on the journalism side of the game, exposing people by name than Tariq Nasheed. So to me, he's going to have my respect just because the work that he puts on his Twitter, it can't be matched. I can't name one person, maybe Sean King.
Tariq Nasheed is not here. So here, right? So here, right? So here, right? So okay. So look, what has Tariq Nasheed done to combat white supremacy?
Okay, the Hidden Colors documentary, that right there. Because before we could learn about what to do, we have to go back to our history. I wouldn't be as pro-black as I. Hold on, I'm not finished. I wouldn't be as pro-black as I am now if it wasn't for that documentary. Point blank. I feel like this whole woke movement, even though it's being co-opted, is still because of him. And I'll put Umar Johnson out there because to me, Tariq Nasheed built the Hidden Colors franchise, but Umar Johnson was the most popular person on that franchise. To me, he was the Michael Jordan of that franchise, of that team, if you per se. But exposing white supremacy by that documentary series, and what he does on Twitter, pitting people by name, exposing them. Shit, that black woman who got her ass whooped, no one really covered it until he dropped that information. I feel like, I know you don't agree with him.
No, here, right?
I know you don't agree, but the dude is a beast.
Here, right? Look, right? Did you hear, right? So, right? Again, right? Back to exposing Tariq for profiting off of black trauma, right? So Tariq had a website, right, for expose my supremacy, right? But he offered the option for people to pay, right, to get their names off. For example, Andrew Schultz, right, was put on that list for being a white supremacist. Tariq says that he could pay him to get off that list, right? So, again, right, what good do it do when you were getting paid off and profiting, off of black trauma, right? So, again, right, everything Tariq does is simply to profit off of it, right? There's nothing Tariq has done that I've seen where I can say, right, he's doing this and giving out his own resources for free, right? For example, Tariq raised $250,000, right, plus, right, for the first FBA convention. Now, go to that convention, right? Like, I think it's on YouTube. You can't tell me that's a $250,000 event, right? That man skimmed off the top, right? And the three, he went ahead and got off at those, right? Because they specifically told him, we aren't selling merch. We aren't going to try to profit off of this, right? All this is right, is for us to work on the concept of reparations, right? And then 4, ask Tariq exactly what FBA is, right? And it constantly changes, right? So like, dude don't even have like a concrete idea of what an FBA is, but yeah, he's profiting off of it.
An FBA is the same thing as ADOS. There's no difference. It's the same thing. It's really what Tariq really did. FBA is a hustle because what he did was he separated himself from Tone Talks and Yvette by coming up with another name that means the same thing. And so by him coming up with a because he couldn't co-op ADOS, he created his own entity so he can make money off of it. So if he couldn't make the money, if he said he was ADOS, he couldn't come up with an ADOS convention. He couldn't, have an ADOS, conference and other different things. So, and he wouldn't be the leader in it because there's other people who are the leaders in that sector.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's a con man.
So what Tariq did was, I have to create something that applies to the same people, but give it another name. And that's when he came up with Foundational Black Americans.
Yeah, bro, listen, man, bro, he has never done not one thing that I can see where like he sorry, the page title, but right, like where he did something for black people without profiting. Listen, bro, he started a white supremacy group, right? Sorry, page, right? Website, where the very white supremacists could pay him to get off.
Mm-hmm.
That's nonsense. So I mean, but people don't see this, right? You feel me? Trust me, bro. Like once I get back, man, we are exposing Tariq from like head to toe, bro. From head to toe, man. You feel me, man? Like he's a coon. He's a race pet, and it's fucking, man. But back to Gerald Palmer, man. You feel me?
Go ahead.
Sidetrack, man. Back to Gerald Palmer, man. Listen, man. Do you think think here? What do you think is going to come from this, man? Do you actually think that these people are right? Are gonna start backing away from Gerald Palmer, or do you think that they don't care? Like AAS.
Do they care about Gerald Palmer?
No. Hey, right? Do you think that AAS and the rest of them are gonna start to like back away from supporting Gerald Palmer?
Nope.
Damn. You think that the person who has said that she's a victim's advocate will still support a abuser?
Yeah, because Lenon Honor said he was homophobic, but Gerald Palmer and anti-Afro didn't say nothing about that.
Wow.
He actually did a matter of fact, this was when you was on his ass hard, and you had did some stuff on him, and he didn't want to comment. Then he came back, and then he actually said this was matter of fact, this was right after you did the video with the guy from Pennsylvania that said
the video.
Gerald showed Lenon showed the pic. Lenon I did a video. I'll never forget, this on a Saturday. He said that he called LGBT people bullies. Wow. And he said that I'm kind of homophobic myself.
Wow.
He actually admitted to those things.
Wow.
So that came from him.
Mm-hmm. Facts. Right. Look, and think about it, right? Why would people come on camera if they were lying? Right? Like, why would somebody risk, like, come on, bro? Listen, man. Like, you can't pay a grown-ass man enough money to come on the camera and lie about getting penetrated by another man.
Exactly.
Like, come on, man. So, man, but, you know, they think Lenon Honor is God. They think that he's Jesus, right? But wait till, man, listen up, bro. Yo, you listen up, man. AAS is digging herself in a big hole with this, like, Taz thing, bro. Because Taz history, oh, my God.
You talking about Shannon Allen?
Yes. Wait. Oh, shit. Is that Taz my full name?
Yeah.
Perfect. Shannon Allen, right?
Yeah.
Great, perfect.
Go get him.
Perfect, right?
It's easy to find stuff on him. All you got to do is go to Ohio. You'll find everything you need.
Right?
Cincinnati and Cleveland. Right. You'll find all you need.
Listen, right? So look. So Afro Svengali is out here promoting and calling a man who has been arrested for domestic violence multiple times.
Exactly.
Oh, bro, that's an easy snipe right there. Oh, man, bro, that's easy.
He has a long criminal history.
Oh man, that's easy right there, bro. Oh, what?
He actually did 2 videos on him, and I'm like, what the hell? I say, man,
3. She did one this morning.
Huh?
3. She dropped one this morning too.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to comment on that too,
bro. Once Taz like criminal record gets exposed, oh my God, bro, they're gonna have a heart attack.
Like I said, if you look at Suge, the king of content, you get everything you need on Taz. He light work. I'm not worried about him.
But Taz says that he's gonna be.
He's been what?
Frying you up today. Well, he's gonna like be like frying up all the Umar Johnson supporters.
Man, Taz shit is that. That's how he talk. He like to talk like he gonna do something big. This guy don't even got a job, and he running from a lawsuit. So ain't nobody. He don't even have a job. You know. So I'm like, dude, you don't even have a job. His whole fame. The first thing he's ever been. YouTube is the only thing in life he's ever been good at. He ain't even that great at doing that.
Oh shit. Now, wait,
he's light work.
Yo, Tiff is back. Drop the link.
Huh?
Tiff said drop the link.
Get what out the way?
No. Tiff said drop the link.
Oh,
Yeah, but Tiff is back.
okay. Yeah, let me drop the link again. If anybody want to come up, I'm dropping the link. Come get the link.
Yeah, it's there now, man. Right? Think about it, man. Why do you think Gerald Palmer was able to speak on Umar Johnson for 3 hours, but he can't speak on these allegations for more than 30 minutes?
Because it's the truth.
Right?
Nobody want to speak on the truth.
Bro,
it's easy to talk about other things, and then when it's come to talk about that's the same thing. Again, that's the same thing that Lenon did.
Mm-hmm.
He came back and he spoke on everything except the important things. He talked about everything but the allegations itself. You know, he don't want to address the real stuff. He want to play around.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tiff, you back?
Yes, I am. I'm here, gentlemen. Thank you. I wanted to know. You heard the letter that Shakim Ra read on his panel that the victim allegedly states that Pastor Palmer was guilty of. Correct, Darrell?
He's doing what?
Did you hear? Did you read like the letter that
I'm sorry, one second. It's a work call.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we need to walk you into court so that you can quash that warrant. I tried to quash it with the judge, but she wouldn't.
You mute Tiff?
Yeah, Tiff talking about warrants and everything.
Whoa. Holy shit, right?
Yeah, so I mean, I saw the thing, but she was asking in regard to
the letter, yeah.
What about the letter?
We will have to wait for Tiff to go ahead and answer
okay.
that. Yeah, but it's just sad, man. It's just a sad thing, man. Again, Gerald Palmer is bipolar, right? So like, I don't want for like him to like hurt himself or kill himself, right? I want for Palmer, but to like be a man, be brave, stand up, and face the consequences of the pain that you caused, right? Go to jail, Negro. All right, Palmer, do not kill yourself before you go to jail, bro. Go to jail, Negro, right? And sit down and reflect, because for the things that he did to that boy, man, I can only think about the pain that it caused that young man. Bro, he was a virgin.
Exactly.
He was a virgin. So, oh my God, bro. Just to even think about, yeah, man. Let me not even like get those thoughts like, in my head, right? Because that shit's just how do you find pleasure in doing that to like a young man who came to you for a mentorship?
He looks at them as just a piece of meat. I mean, he's not looking at them as human beings. That's the thing, man. This is something this man has done, and he's gotten away with it.
He's a bum. Yo, oh man, Wagtoon's finna do. Yo, Wagtoon should like definitely do a Gerald Palmer thing, man. Yo, but listen, man, I finally got monetized, and then I got my first community strike, bro. I'm like, what the fuck?
Damn, that's hey, I know the feeling.
But listen to it was a video where I wasn't even cussing. I was playing an Umar Johnson video and doing a reaction to like Umar Johnson's video. You feel me? So like I don't even like understand like what's going on. What the hell? Like this shit is.
Wow, that don't sound right.
Yeah, bro. So like it was a video where Umar said that the people were saying that like he has kind of like a he has a white mistress and like blah blah blah. So I just reacted to it, and like they said, like that's community strike, But I definitely appealed it, man. But for now, I can't do like YouTube videos for 7 days, man. So that would suck.
Oh, I mean, they got you off. I went through that before too.
7 days, man. Man, holy shit, man. God damn, bro. Like,
yeah, they can come. Man, they've changed some of the rules too, so they're now a lot more stricter than they were in the past. So you just gotta be cognizant of what type of, and also with the titles and stuff, man.
The titles, yeah, that's why.
You have to be careful with how you do things.
Man, cause like, yeah, man, like I said, damn, bro, like damn, like
that's YouTube, man. That's how they do. They
is
do.
It automatic or they just like it's just
yeah, man, look, man, when they terminated my channel, they didn't even give me a warning. They just basically, I ain't get a strike or nothing. It just got terminated. Just that's what it was.
Yo, listen, somebody blocked James G. Feel me, like James G right now is an agent of chaos, right?
I'll go ahead and give him a little timeout.
Yeah, talking about like what do you guys think of Umar Johnson taking shots at y'all? I don't think Umar getting shots at me, feel me, right? Because one, I never stated that I was a halftime supporter nor a full-time supporter, So like he's not talking to me, because because I have no ties with the Umar Johnson, man. Feel me?
Right?
Are you Umar Johnson supporter,
Huh?
Or are you an Umar Johnson supporter?
Yeah, I still support him. I don't come out publicly and say nothing anymore like I used to. But
why's that?
Because I made a promise to everybody back in 19 that if the school ain't open, I'm not gonna say anything more about supporting them. So if I start back saying I support them, then I'm gonna have a whole bunch of people coming saying I did this and that. So I ain't gonna do. And don't you know, man? I stopped doing Umar content for 8 months. And in April of last year, man, my emails were flooded. Messages were flooded with people saying it's August 21st. Are you gonna keep your word? And and all this stuff, man. I had to. So I'm out to. I don't publicly come out and say I support things. I do that on my own, personally. So I'm just leaving it at that.
Wow.
It is what it is. I'm good. It ain't no big deal.
Wait. So you told here. So like you told. Wait. So I'm confused. So like you told them what? That if the school is not open up, what like
by August 21st of 2020.
Well.
I made that, but you gotta understand, I made that promise in 19. I made that promise in August of 2019, a year before it actually I had to do it. So
and you thought Umar Johnson would have had the school open then, like,
huh?
And you thought that Umar Johnson would have like had the school open in a year?
Not fully open, but before COVID, he had talked about needing about 250,000 to open up one building. I thought we'd at least have something open, not necessarily the whole school, but at least one of the buildings if he could have been able to raise the money. But the donations slowed down because of the ignorance on YouTube.
You listen, man. We need, bro. This sector, man. Like, if I was you, man, I would not have like gotten out of the manosphere sector, man, because like that was like beneficial to you.
Man, the manosphere crazy, man. I'm still there. But I'm just not in it like I used to. It's hard to get out of it. It ain't easy to get out the manosphere. Once you in it, you forever stuck in it. I mean, I still do. I'm still in it. I mean, I go to different platforms and do stuff. Well, man, the dudes be doing something. A lot of them guys are too extreme, man. They got guys think it's okay to have sex with sex dolls and shit, and then you got these that they think black women the worst
Sex
thing.
dolls?
It's you got to deal with crazy stuff like that, man. So it got its pros and cons too. So, and then that's another thing, man. I had issues with a lot of people in that, man. I had gotten into a lot of beefs with a lot of people. I was on a debate team that I stopped debating because, man, it was getting ridiculous with how people was acting over the debates and stuff, man. So, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm still there doing stuff. I mean, depending on the topic, they'll come.
Wait, here. Wait. So Shannon Allen from Chicago or Georgia?
Chicago or Georgia?
Yeah. Where's Tazo from?
No, I said he's from Ohio.
Wow. Wait.
Huh? I think it's Cleveland or Cincinnati.
Isn't Nyla though from
Yeah, well they were living. Taz not from they from Chicago, but Taz not from Chicago.
Okay.
God knows where they at now. They basically doing a bunny ride across the country right now, running from hotel to hotel.
While running scared. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh wait. So like he got like all okay, so like he actually got arrested in like Ohio and shit.
Man, dude got a long laundry list of shit he did. It would take hours to dissect that.
Wow.
Like I say, man, just look up Suge the King of Content. He will give you all the data you need for Taz. If you want to go that route.
Man, Batman. Listen, man, it's about to be like 6 over here, man. So I got to get to work, man. But listen,
all
man,
right, brother.
Right, yo, listen, man. Stay on that nigga ass, man. You feel me? Stay on that nigga ass. You feel me? Oh, also too, I'm creating a second channel just strictly for the Umar Johnson shit. Y'all can sub to Poetic Flacco Backup. That should be up probably tonight or so,
Okay.
Yeah, man, but I got salute, man. Peace.
All right, man. Peace. All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. It's been lovely. We definitely got our point across and everything. I will be doing some content tonight. Repeat, I will be doing some content probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock. It's going to be on something in regards to relationships and things like that. Oh, I see Tiffany coming back. Hey, Tiff.
Hi, I apologize for that. Unlike Lenon Honor, I actually have a job. I sit at a desk and I deal with people every day in the community. My apologies. I thought my mic was muted. The question that I had for you, and I know you're about to wrap up, so I just want to get your input on this one last thing, and then I'm going to go.
Go ahead.
When you listened to that letter that Shakimwar was reading regarding the victim, the alleged victim, and he was giving his account of what happened, did you read, did you understand the trauma that this young gentleman had sustained? Because to me, the letter was dripping with trauma.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. That's why I was alluding to the fact of how he talked about the fact that he never had any sexual encounter, and that the fact that he said that he looked up to this man, he loved him, he cared for him and all this other different stuff, and he was like a mentor to him. And the fact that, it was almost like, also I looked at the fact that Gerald was being very guarded. He was very, very guarded of this individual. The fact that he wouldn't even allow this person to have other relationships with that if he wanted to pursue that. He berated me. Remember, he said he berated me if I talked about wanting to be with somebody else or having another friendship. That was a lot of psychological abuse going on.
Absolutely. Victim isolation, just horrible. And I just want people to understand, and before we get off, I just need people to understand, because I'm really passionate about helping victims, especially if they've sustained that type of trauma, that all victims don't respond the same. And just because you think that it should be done this way, and you can't charge that to every victim and try to discount a victim's story simply because you don't understand how they responded. And it offends me when I hear people say, oh, a real victim wouldn't respond like that. Or if they were really telling the truth, why didn't they do this? But this person has never been a victim, has never worked with victims, have no idea what it's like to sustain such trauma. You can't really discount their trauma simply because they don't behave the way you think they should. And you can't paint all victims with the same brush.
You sure can't. You know, everybody's different. Everybody, what may trigger you may not trigger somebody else. What may make you respond one way will be different for somebody else. And we just, to me, that just speaks to the lack of education about mental health and the ignorance that, you know, seems to be in our community. There just needs to be more psychoeducation about mental health, trauma, and other related topics. And if people knew more about it, they wouldn't say those type of statements. So that's the only cure I could really say about that. Just the more information people can get, the better responses they can say about stuff like that. So anything else, Tiffany, before I wrap up?
No, that's it. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak. You have a great night.
All right, you too. All right, guys. Well, I'm about to go ahead and get out of here again. I will be going live again tonight. We're going to have another fire show. I'm going to probably create some content between 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish. It'll be another maybe 2 to 3 hour show. It's going to be fire. We're going to focus on something dealing with relationships. And appreciate you all for coming in. Y'all have a great night. Peace.